Hey everyone, I recently passed AZ-204 exam and I thought I'd share my experience with you. If you're also preparing for this exam and looking for resources, I'll show you what you exactly need. Before I begin, I just wanted to make it clear that this is my own personal experience and it could be different for you based on your experience and your familiarity with C#, Python and other scripting languages that is used in the development environments. Again, you don't have to be an expert, but a basic understanding of programming languages and the syntax would be really helpful. Without taking too much time, let's see what all the resources you need to know and understand their functionality before going to the exam. Here I have a list of all the key resources that you need to know before you go to exam. Let's go with the first one, the Azure ARM templates. So make sure you know what ARM templates are, how nested templates work, how you can deploy these templates using PowerShell and command line. These are really important. The next one, Azure Container Registry. Get yourself familiar with ACR, learn how to publish containers to ACR, learn how to fetch them, how to update them, and how to deploy the resource itself. It's really helpful if you're familiar with the Docker and know how to use it. Basic understanding of like how to download it on your PC and play with it and learn how to create Docker compose file. It will definitely help you a lot. Azure web apps are a big topic in developer exam. Make sure you know how to deploy web app, how to set up CI/CD, how to configure auto scaling, enabling logs, authentication, and the custom domain. The easiest way to learn this is just deploy a free tier web app and test out all the functionality and maybe delete the resource later when you don't need it. It will cost you for only the time that you keep the resource live. The next up is Azure Monitor. This is one of the best resources as you work with the web app resource. You should see a lot of features overlapping with the monitor. Be sure to look into what other features Azure Monitor offers. With the Azure function, I'll just say deploy the time trigger function, deploy HTTP trigger functions, play with the logic app out-of-box templates, see how they are built. I'd say logic apps are way more easier than you would expect. Next up is Cosmos DB. Do you know how to create a database table? Do you know how to put some entries in there? Learn all those basic search commands and the data entry commands to make sure you are familiar with the environment. With the Azure Storage Account, I believe this one is the golden resource. Make sure you know how to create storage account resources and how to pull all the SAS tokens and the connection strings. Key Vault is also one of the major and important resource that you need to understand, not only from the Azure portal perspective, but also from SDK side. You need to know how some of the commands work if you were to talk to different resources programmatically using the secrets. Next up is Azure Cache for Redis. I'd say just know the high level architecture of what cache Redis is and what it does and how you can purge the cache if you need to. The last topic here is Azure Event Grid, Event Notification, Event Hub, and some of the service bus and storage queue services. Make sure you understand all these services, you know ins and out how these work before you go to the exam. Let's switch gear and I'll show you the blog post that I wrote 2 months ago on how to pass AZ-204 in 30 days, which I did. If you scroll down, you'll see all the resources that I covered initially are listed here if you need to go back, and all the core concepts that exam outline has in terms of what you need to prepare. If you keep scrolling down here, the more interesting topic is the resources that you need. So make sure for any Microsoft exam, you go to docs, official docs and the Microsoft Learn website to cover all the basic concepts. They have a rich library of all the content. I would just highly recommend going through Microsoft Learn docs first before going to any other website and purchasing anything. So I'll quickly open this one here. So this is just the exam topic. If you scroll down here, you see all the learning paths that you can pursue. I believe roughly they're like few hours. Just make sure you go in there, log in with your Microsoft account here and just see how much have you done already, and so you can track your progress as well. Next up is blog by Thomas. He actually covered the exam topics and listed down the detailed links to all the resources that you need. If you were to provision a VM, he has all the listed resources that either goes to Doc's website or goes to Microsoft Learn. be sure to check that out too. In terms of exam question, I would suggest highly to go with the WizLab exam questions, as they were super accurate and they had a ton of information on what kind of question Microsoft asked in the real exam, and there are a lot of case studies too that you can take. The only resources that I used honestly was the Cloud Academy, which I think is enough if you're going for the actual exam. These are like 2 hours and 30 minutes of preparation here. If you go in there and just prepare, use all the videos that they have, all the training material that they have, plus the exam sample question, this should be more than enough if you were to actually study for the exam. The last option here is the Pluralsight, which is an add-on. You could definitely go in and watch all the videos. I guess they are like 20 plus hours. I honestly did not go through all of them, but I still have it as an optional if you were to cover that. I hope you find it useful. Make sure to check out next following videos and be sure to check out the blog if you need any more information. Thanks.